fellow Jews, how do you do? I'd like to introduce Jewish Mom Approved.
Hello, everybody. My name is Libby Walker, and welcome to Jewish Mom Approved, episode 5. So we have a super interesting guest today, a photographer who has worked with the biggest TikTok stars in the world. Please welcome my dear friend, Zusha Goldin.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Libby. How are you?
Zusha, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. I've been so excited for this, ever since we planned it. So I'm really excited to get into this.
So I figured we'd take a little blast from the past, let everyone kind of know how we met, and then we'll watch a TikTok that we actually did together. But I believe you liked one of my videos around last June. I looked at your profile, just happened to stumble upon it because that was when, I was checking who was liking my videos. And I was like, wait, this kid seems so cool. So the first inkling I had obviously was to reach out to you, and I'm so happy I did, and here we are 1 year later.
Yeah, I can't believe it's already been a year. So much has happened since then. So it's incredible. I mean, look at where we're now. You know what I mean? You have this, and I'm on my journey. So it's
really,
it's really
you
cool.
are. And we're gonna get into it. So let's cue the tape of me and Zusha from 1 year ago.
Photographer? Oh, you were only 5 minutes late. It's okay. No big deal.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, there was some traffic there. It won't happen again.
Yeah.
Okay, Chava, look to your left. Smile.
Back when I used to dress up for every TikTok.
Why are you telling my daughter left side? She's trying to show these pictures for the rest of her life to her children, to a future husband, Her best side is her right side.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, Chava, do the throwing in the chair pose. Awesome, okay. Now do the you're looking for a husband pose.
Looking for a husband.
Awesome, okay. Now do the hands in the ear pose like you're a model.
I'm never finding Groupon deals again. I don't ever want to see your face at any weddings, any bar mitzvahs. You're done here.
Okay, but just please do not ruin it for the Goldbergs for me. I need that.
Goldbergs.
I'm pretty sure that every single one of those poses in there doesn't exist. It's not real.
Well, okay, I just have to know. First, full disclosure. Zusha was like, I don't know. I don't really do videos. And I was like, come on, I'll tell you what to say. And I was super persistent. I was like, all right, just say this exactly. And you were like, no, I don't do that. And it worked out so well. We were in completely different locations and the video did well. It was funny. Do most of your bar and bat mitzvah photo shoots go like that? Are those the poses you tell people to do?
So I actually don't really. I started off doing events, local, engagement parties and different, events in where I grew up. But I actually haven't done an event in a few years now. But as far as poses, none of the poses that we did in there even exist. Throwing your hands up pose, sitting on a chair, falling back on a chair pose. None of that stuff exists. So,
all right, well, good.
Yeah, no.
You wouldn't want to ruin it.
It was a lot of fun.
The
Goldbergs, they're
big
icons.
Big deal.
Yeah.
So pretty broad question, but what got you into photography? What got you into that world of things?
So as far as I can remember, I have just been completely enamored with photography. I'll tell you a quick story about that. It really stands out. So yeah. I was 7 years old or 8, I don't recall. It was my brother's wedding in Montreal, Canada, right? And I begged my dad, I'm like, can you get me a camera? I really want a small camera, point and shoot that I can, just take photos of at the wedding, of people, because I feel like every kid at one point wants a camera, you know what I mean?
Right.
So he got me a camera, and then throughout the entire wedding, I went around taking photos of my brother, who is the groom, the bride, everybody, right? I was photographing everybody. I had a blast. It was really a party. Come the end of the wedding, I came to take a look at, my gallery, what photos I've taken, and I realized I forgot to insert my SD card.
Oh,
okay?
no.
So yeah, exactly. This little 7-year-old kid running around. And that's as far back as I can remember.
Oh, no.
With regards to like a story about photography. So I've always loved it, but I really got really into it as I got older. That's the first time I ever really like dealt with cameras
That's
or anything.
so precious. I feel so bad for 7-year-old Zusha. I want to give him like a hug.
Yeah, well,
Okay, you'll get the USB card eventually.
yeah, it was lessons learned, right?
I mean, absolutely.
Yeah.
So that was like your first picture. I was gonna ask, like, when you took your first picture, or was it before that?
Probably before that. I've probably like disposable cameras. Yeah, for sure. I'm the youngest of 10 siblings, and my older siblings always had these flip phones and like disposable cameras with film. And yeah, no, I for sure have taken photos before that. But my first like shoot I remember shooting was definitely that time at my brother's wedding. Yeah.
And so, have you made any mistakes since? Like anything crazy like that? Forgotten any material?
Ooh, that's a good question. No, I don't think I have. The closest thing.
Think about it, guys. He had.
My memory. I have, my memory is not the greatest, so I have to think about it. But the closest thing to not a mistake that I had, but more a something that I assisted. I second shot a wedding like as an assistant for another photographer, and after the wedding, the check that I received from the main photographer, for assisting him, I accidentally put it in the garbage on my way out, and so I did the whole wedding for free essentially because
wow.
I misplaced the check. But that's not really like a photography error. It's more just a human error.
So you originally lived in Brooklyn, but you moved to LA during the pandemic. Can you tell us a story about what led you to moving there? What crazy idea was it, moving in the pandemic? Wasn't your mom freaking out? Jewish mothers,
Jewish mothers, yes. I was in New York in February, and I said, what am I doing in New York? I've always wanted to move to LA. Why am I here still? I booked a flight to California with the plan of staying at my brother's house for a few weeks until I find a place in LA, until I figure out like logistics and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And I just booked a flight, and I said I'll think about everything else when I'm there, or
right.
you have to just jump in the pool. You can't dip your toes in. So I booked a flight for March 1st, and then I March 1st, right? I land in LA. I go to my brother's house. Suddenly, March 15 or March 20, everything shuts down, and I'm like, "Come on!" I was so in the mood. I was so like,
yeah.
You ever have those times when you're
time.
Exactly. I was like, "Let's do this," and then COVID just like said, "Right, yeah." You think you really thought. And then so I quarantined with my brother and sister-in-law and niece and nephews until August. Shout out to them, by the way, Shlomo Ariel. They're amazing for putting up with me for that long.
Yeah, that's when I talked to you. You were in that house. You were.
Yeah. No, we literally FaceTimed, and I might even show you my nephews and niece. I'm not even sure. And then in August I said, okay, you know what? I had a great time in quarantine here. My family was back in Brooklyn, this tiny apartment. Really. Just I don't know how they did it. I would go crazy. But I had this, big backyard.
Right.
I was able to go biking. I was able to really, go around and do things. And I was like, you know what? I'm in my comfort zone. It's time to move to LA and get the show on the road.
Yeah.
So I spent a few weeks trying to, figure things out, and then I moved to LA. And honestly, thank God, so many blessings. It's insane what I have here and where I'm at. So that's kind of my story, how I moved from Brooklyn to LA.
I mean, look, as a New Yorker myself, it hurts a little bit that you wanted to leave so much, but definitely amazing for you.
Don't get me wrong. I think New York City is the greatest city in the world. It's beautiful and it's incredible.
But guys, and we have better bagels, right? Just saying.
Okay, yeah. Bagels and pizza, yeah.
100%. So you're getting into the, the people that you've met. You're the parent guy. You've also worked with, everybody knows at this point, the D'Amelios, Charlie and Dixie, Heidi, Mark. What has that been like for you? How did that happen? Tell us the tea.
I'll spill it. I won't just spill the tea. I'll spill the whole beverage.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So I was on TikTok so I downloaded TikTok in like early 2019. I had it for a day. I was like, I don't even know how this works. Boring app. I'm done with it.
Mm-hmm.
I watched an Instagram video of Gary Vee saying, "You got to get on TikTok." That was a horrible impression, but you got to get on TikTok, because it's the organic reach. It's the platform where, it's insane reach. So you got to get on it. So I was like, you know what? Gary Vee said it. He's a real influencer. I'm going to take his influencer marketing and follow his advice. So I downloaded the app. I uploaded a few videos.
You're saying thank you, Gary Vee, by the way.
Yes. Thank you, Gary Vee.
Thank you, Gary.
When you watch this. So I downloaded it. I uploaded a few videos. They got a few views. I uploaded one video after like 2 days. Got like 600,000 views. I was like, wow, this is crazy. I've never had this type of virality. Is that a word? Yeah. Virality.
Rock. It's done. It's a word. It's on my show. Boom, done. Viral. La la la.
Exactly. And then that's kind of the thing. You get that like dopamine rush, just the notifications. You're like, wait, it's addictive. I want more of this. So I would spend more time on the platform. And then as I spend more time on the platform, just consuming content, I kind of began to appreciate it because it was such a, how creative people are on TikTok. It's insane. And then suddenly in like some point in 2019, I saw this girl named Charlie she kept on popping up on my For You page. And I'm like, who is this? Why is she keep on coming up on my For You page? And then I saw Dixie, her older sister, kept on coming up on my For You page. And then I saw Mark and Heidi, the parents. And then suddenly they're all on my For You page. I'm like, okay, I got to follow them. They seem cool. So I followed them and then I became a fan of them. I'm like, wait, these people they seem really genuine and relatable. I think that's one of the reasons why they're doing so well. Is that they're genuine and relatable. And then I was like, you know what? I want to shoot these people. I want to shoot them. Photoshoot them. That sounds weird to shoot. I manifested. So I reached out to them and I saw that they were in town. So I reached out and I was like, you guys are in town. Let's, it's what's your availability like?
Yeah.
And then they were available, and so we shot, and it went amazing. They are honestly, they're some of the people who I think really deserve what they have because of the way they use their platforms, and just because they really are down to earth and genuine. They really are good people. So I support them 100%. I'm their biggest fans, and they know that.
That's awesome. Who are the people you would want to work with most who you haven't worked with already?
Ooh, okay. This is a good one. I really appreciate working with people whose work that I appreciate. So I really want to shoot the Game of Thrones cast. Like Emilia Clarke, Kit Harington, Sophie Turner, Maisie Williams, Nikolai Coster-Waldau, Lena Headey. I really want to work with Scarlett Johansson and Chris Evans and the Marvel cast. Mm-hmm. I really want to work with them. But look, it can happen. So I've noticed that putting these things
up. How can people find you? How can those people find you if they see this video right now? DM you at blank, email you.
Yeah, you can direct message me on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Triller, WhatsApp. Actually, maybe not WhatsApp. At Zusha Goldin, just across all platforms.
Perfect.
Yeah, but I've noticed that it's not so crazy to want to to dream big, because if you set your mind to something, you can really do whatever you set your mind to do. I firmly believe that.
All right, so now we're gonna play a quick game.
Oh, okay, let's do it.
This is called What Would You Do Mom Edition, Jewish Mom Edition. All right, so I'm gonna ask you rapid fire questions, and you're just gonna have to answer.
Okay, first thing that comes to my head. Let's do it.
All right. When your Jewish mother asks, "Why haven't you called your mother today?" What do you say?
I was eating bagels and lox.
If your nice Jewish mother doesn't like your friend, what do you do?
they're not your friend anymore.
Mom comes home from work and there are dishes in the sink. What do you say?
Of course, I'm going to clean them immediately.
When your mom says she found you a nice Jewish girl for a photo shoot, what do you say?
Let's go shoot her.
When your mom is, you're going to shoot the girl? Your mom is upset that the pictures you are taking are too provocative. What do you say?
Suddenly, she's photoshopped with a longer skirt and unexposed elbows.
When your mother texts you, where are you? What do you say?
I'll be home in a minute.
When your mother texts you, why are you posting on social media but not answering my text? What do you say?
I didn't see her text.
When the photo shoot goes until dinner, what do you say?
Save me a plate.
When the photo shoot goes close to Shabbat, what do?
I immediately order an Uber. Immediately.
Mazel tov. You have passed the Jewish mother rapid fire questions.
Cheryl Cohen would be proud.
The most two important questions that I ask everyone. On a scale of 1 to 10, being the most possible, how Cheryl Cohen is your Jewish mother?
Ooh. My Jewish mother. How Cheryl Cohen is she?
Use decimal points. But I want
no. She's 11 out of 10. 11 out of 10.
She's more Cheryl than Cheryl?
Yeah. She's not Cheryl, she's Shayna. She's amazing though. My mom is incredible.
So why is she
literally
more Cheryl than Cheryl? Like why?
She's such a holy woman, legitimately. She is literally the Rebbetzin Tzaddikus.
You have no choice. You got
legitimately. But she is such an incredible. I mean, her support, the way she raised all 10 of us to come out at least semi normal. The way she's a real holy woman. You know what I mean? Like she goes on outreach programs. She goes to prisons and does like outreach mitzvahs and like helping people on like, you know, she tries to really help people. And the amount of times that she has dropped everything to run and help someone in need, it's honestly, she's an inspiration. She's a real mamashka. No, babushka. No.
She's an ushka.
She's a real something-ka. Okay? Real amazing woman, yeah.
That's amazing. And so you didn't tell us the ages of your brothers and sisters.
If I can remember, let me think. Okay, oldest is 38, and then goes 37, then turning 38, turning 37, turning 36, turning 34 or 35.
Anyone else? Like
turning 32, turning 33, turning 32, turning 29 or 30, I don't remember. Turning 20. Oh, Menachem. Okay, he's turning 27, or is he 27? I don't know. Turning 25 or 26, and then me, I just turned 22.
So you were the youngest.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever do like a little Congo line lineup, like player 1, like brother 2, brother 3?
No.
Like, I was imagining if I had a big family, like we would have like some cheer, like calling brother like 2.
No, we just it's honestly, it's incredible. I would never change it for anything in the world at all, ever. But it's a lot, but it's incredible. It's the most amazing thing ever. It's honestly, yeah.
And so Zusha.
High school? Me?
No, Zusha.
What did you say?
Like Zusha. All I said was your name. So.
Oh, I was hearing things.
As the Jewish mother in me, I have to ask: are you seeing anyone? Is there
not currently.
Girl in the future?
Not currently, but we're working on it.
So you guys can also DM Zusha if you're interested in that sense. Okay. But I have to approve of it first. Jewish
of course.
Of course. And so the last and final question, this has caused a lot of debate, a lot of uproar, and potentially a few arguments. Is a bagel considered a sandwich?
Now, I think I've heard you speak about this on a Clubhouse room.
Mm-hmm.
No, a bagel is not a sandwich.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Like,
a bagel is not a sandwich, no. It makes no sense to call it a sandwich.
Explain.
Because a sandwich is very simply one piece of bread, something there, another piece of bread. A bagel, by that margin, you can call a bagel a donut. But it's not a donut.
Music to my ears. But thank you so much for being here Thank you for just being the incredible person you are, for answering my message a year ago. Probably thought I was like some weirdo, but it's fine.
Thank you for thanking me.
100%.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on your show, Libby. Thank you, and I can't believe anyone wants to hear what I have to say, so I appreciate it. Thank you.
Alrighty, bye guys. Thank you guys so much for episode 5.
Thanks for watching Jewish Mom Approved. Now, tell me in the comments, have you ever met a famous person? Who was it? What's the story? Let me know. I can't wait to hear from you guys, and I'll see you next time.